Charlotte Flair. I have never seen somebody go from so unlikable to maybe the most likable babyface on the roster in such a short amount of time. In April of 2025, Lauren, Charlotte Flair was maybe the most despised person in all of professional wrestling. And in just 3 short months, thanks to Shrewd booking of SmackDown, thanks to Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair is probably yours, and probably a lot of casual fans' new favorite tag team member.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, credit has to go to Alexa Bliss. Credit has to go to whoever's writing for SmackDown. But the reality is, I thought there was a chance Charlotte Flair would not recover from the devastation of what happened. She was so unlikable with Tiffany Stratton. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if you would agree. If we did a most hated wrestlers list, both companies, AEW, WWE, in April of 2025, Charlotte Flair was on top of that list, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, after all of the stuff, that the promo and kind of the underhanded, it just felt like we reached the pinnacle of bullshit we could take from Charlotte Flair. And then this absolute reset that happened.
It was crazy, like, because I was like, oh my God, I really like Charlotte Flair again.
Well, it's just, to me, it so quickly, somebody who I had written off. I mean, there were times I had written down to talk about Charlotte Flair could be done. She could have ended her career. I think Tiffany Stratton was such a likable character in that build up to WrestleMania that every time Charlotte took these kind of veteran jabs, a lot of people, especially casual wrestling fans, looked at it as like, this is not a good look for Charlotte. Then she doubled down after WrestleMania and went on sort of this like sympathetic tour of like, it really hurt my feelings what Tiffany Stratton said, completely ignoring anything she did or said to incite said reactions from Tiffany Stratton. Now, I don't know if you know this. The original plan, because none of this is by design.
No,
the original plan that's being reported is that this Charlotte Alexa Bliss was just setting up a quick story for SummerSlam. They were going to fight each other. They were going to come together and they were going to build towards a match. And I think they saw the crowd turn so quickly and just kind of get behind Charlotte, who has embraced this, who has kind of humbled herself, I think, who has really embraced this character by playing into the like, what, you like me again?
It brought a softer side of her that made her likable.
Sure, and without a doubt, you have to. I think that a lot of this credit has to go to Alexa Bliss.
Definitely.
So much of this credit, I think it can't be stated enough that Alexa Bliss is taking a lot of the goodwill, because Alexa Bliss comes back at the Royal Rumble, and she's absolutely the most appreciated person in WWE immediately. Then she disappears.
Yeah.
Then she comes back. We thought she was going to join the Wyatt Six. Instead, she immediately becomes the damage control, don't mean that as a pun, but she's damage control for Charlotte Flair and has done absolutely phenomenal. And it's not, I don't know if it's anything Alexa Bliss has done systematically as much as it's just, here is all of the goodwill that I have. If you come in and play this right, man, the fans it'll rub off on you. And it absolutely has. So I think you have to give a lot of that credit to Alexa Bliss, right?
True, because it could have paired her with somebody else and it wouldn't have worked the same way.
I dare to say there's almost nobody else that you could have paired Charlotte with that this quickly repaired what I thought was irreversible damage.
Yeah.
I thought Charlotte was possibly done.
Well, like, because she came off as like a bitter old lady. Like,
yeah,
no,
definitely.
I didn't mean to be mean, but
No, it's what it came off as, a grizzly, bitter veteran who was protecting the top spot. Didn't want to pass the torch is what it felt like. Didn't really want to give the baton to Tiffany Stratton.
And then played victim. Like, oh, you hurt my feelings. That was what was like, ugh.
Yeah, sure. And the knock on Charlotte has been that for the last 5 years, she's had to be champion. She's had to be on top to be relevant. And this is the first time where we see it get a little interesting, right? She's not the feature woman on the roster. But I ask you this question. Like, if she keeps up this act, if the momentum keeps turning, we're heading into SummerSlam where she's now in a tag team championship match, which I think, once again, is Triple H pivoting and going, we got to put the title on them. We got to put these tag team titles on. They are the hottest thing in wrestling right now. And I know we have story with Roxanne and we have story with Liv Morgan, and maybe Liv Morgan shows up at SummerSlam. That's the smoothest way to make this transition, is to have Liv cost Roxanne the match. But either way, I think you have to hit panic here. Or not, it's not really panic, but you got to shift your momentum. I think you got to put the tag team titles on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And then we're asking the question, are they the most baby face team in WWE coming out of SummerSlam? I just don't know if it's ever happened in the history of wrestling, if it's ever happened that somebody has gone from the most unlikable person at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Which is the biggest event of the year, to the second biggest event of the year, which happens, 4 or 5 months later, being one of the most likable people on the roster, or biggest babyface. It's just, that's insane to me.
Didn't see that coming.
So, like, you kind of said it. The last question I had was there anybody else they could have paired her with that would have? And my answer was going to be no, right? I don't think Bianca Belair wouldn't have worked. I don't think even like trying to reverse course and go with Tiffany Stratton, none of that would have worked. Nor do I think Tiffany Stratton would have wanted to work with her.
Yeah, I'm kind of just looking at the roster, and I don't know, because Alexa Bliss is just likable.
I agree.
Like,
agree.
Liv Morgan and her wouldn't have worked.
No.
Chelsea Green and her wouldn't have worked because their personalities would have clashed.
Nobody has this like admiration and love that Alexa Bliss gets. It's just built in. It's just like the fans have missed her for so long that they needed her back. And then her coming back, they adored her with love and showered her with praise. And then to put Charlotte with that was risky, because it could have gone the other direction too, right? It could have made Alexa Bliss unlikable.
True.
To start pairing them. And I think maybe that was the plan, right? Initially, was not to make her more unlikable, but was that we have the ultimate babyface in Alexa Bliss. We have the ultimate heel in Charlotte Flair. Let's put them against each other.
Yeah.
At SummerSlam. And instead it started to turn, and I think that they liked what they saw. And so you sometimes you gotta flip it around and do something different.
Keep it casual, casual.